Well, hey everyone, I'm Dr. Nancy Stanley, physical therapist, life and health coach, and it is a hot day at Nancy's house today, which that happens about every 3 out of 4 days here in the summer, just because it is so hot and I just can't stand that hair down. But tonight I'm sharing probably one of my most favorite things I think I've ever cooked. And the reason is because it's healthy, but it's got so much flavor. Okay, it's just one of those dishes. And don't you just love these? Oh my gosh, I went out there and I just broke them off today, and I had some little pressed glass. I'll have to show you those sometime. Pressed glass picture frames. You put stuff in them, and I put some that I had dried in there and put them in my new bathroom, and I'm so excited about it. I'll have to show you that too sometime. Okay, but as you can see, well, you can't see, but that kitchen is an explosion. But I made this chicken crust pizza. It's in my new cookbook. This is the Wholesome Young Easy Keto Carboholics cookbook, and her name is Maya Cramp. She's one of my favorite chefs, or I don't know if you call her chef or cook, but carb person. So I want to show you what I'm cooking. All right, so I've already made up this crust and cooked it, but I'm going to show you how I put it together. But I wanted to show you what it looked like before I build it up. So I'm starting off, oh my gosh, okay, yeah, I'm starting off with some Alfredo sauce, and the recipe for this is right there in her book. So I'm going to put this on there first, and I did this a little earlier today, just so James would have some when he was ready for it. And so, but I'm going to just spread this around. Can you see me? I want to make sure you can see me. I think you maybe not be able to see me. Let me bring it back a little bit. I got to get me a new tripod. My little thingy up here at the top is starting to shift over and do crazy things. Okay, so as you can see, the butter separated from this Alfredo sauce, but that doesn't make it any less good because it's got a lot of garlic in it, and butter and heavy whipping cream. All right, so I'm going to put the sauce on first, and then I'm going to put onions. And I put a lot of onions because I love onions. It called for purple onions, but out here in the country today, I didn't have any purple onions, so I'm just using regular onions. And I did a whole half of an onion on each one of these pizzas. And I wish I had saved, but I'm going to show you this. I'm going to cook this while I'm showing you how I did the other one. All right, the other thing that goes on here is red peppers. Now, you know how pizza is when you go to the restaurant. You get it like you like it. So you put whatever you want on here, okay? All right, and then I'm going to put some dollops of, and I could have done this second, of pesto. I love, love, love pesto. Honestly, that would have been better to go on second, but it's okay. The last one I did, I put the Alfredo sauce on last, and we ate every bit of it. So, you know, don't be scared if you don't have some of your ingredients. Just go ahead and make something. Don't not cook because you're missing a few ingredients. So that's about 3 or 4 tablespoons of pesto. But you can't have too much pesto to me. I love it, love it, love it. All right, and then I'm going to put spinach on the top of that. Whatever you like on yours. If you like, I don't know, if you like barbecue sauce, if you like, so remember the crust is chicken, and I'm going to show you how I put that together in a minute. All right, so might as well just use all of this spinach because it's going to cook down. And then what am I going to put on here last? Okay, cheese. Yep. I'm going to, so I salted and peppered the, and I may salt this a little bit more just so, yeah. I salted and peppered the crust, so it has plenty of salt and pepper, and I'm going to just sprinkle this cheese over the top. I've got my oven on convection 400. I like to cook on convection in the summer just because it cooks faster, and I may be wrong. It may actually not be the best thing to do. I think that's enough. Okay, so you see this little thing right here that I'm holding? That's called a pizza sleeve, and I did not know what it was. And I'm reading the recipe, and I'm like, well, I don't have one of those. And then I went in the laundry room. I thought I remembered seeing one, and that's what it is. So this is how I'm going to slide this on into the oven. So in my oven down here, I've got one of those those stones. It's a pizza stone. So I'm just going to slide this in there gently. Yes, just slide it on there. And it's going to take that. I'm going to set my timer for about 10 minutes. Oops, I just messed up. I did that wrong. Let me start over. This is a new oven for me, so I have to think about it. There's the start. Now here's my timer. I'm going to do that for 10 minutes. And start. Okay, there we go. All right, so here's the sleeve thing. So you want to get you one of these if you're going to do this pizza because it makes it really easy to slide on and off. Okay, so now what I'm about to do is show you how I made the crust, okay? So, hey Janice, thank you for watching me. Yeah. Okay, so today has been a beautiful day. Even though it's been so hot, I have gotten a lot accomplished. I have a business coach, a guy that helps me kind of stay accountable with what I'm doing. And so I spent some time on the phone with him this morning. I just had a great devotional time. All right, so let me tell you what's in here. So I had 9 chicken thighs. I like chicken thighs. They actually have more fat in them. I think they're healthier. They have less impact on your blood sugar than white meat chicken because it's so lean. So I use chicken thighs, and I did them in the Instapot with some garlic, salt, however you like to do shredded chicken. And I actually did mine in the food processor. So it's actually kind of I don't even know what it's chopped. Really, it's not just shredded. It's actually chopped, and I think it made the crust easier to cut and bite and use, you know. So that's just my story, and I'm sticking to it. So I've got in each one. So I had 9 chicken thighs. So I had 3 pizzas. So doesn't that make 3? Doesn't that make 3 thighs in each pizza? And it was $9. So the crust was $3. And then I put probably 2 cups of cheese in each one. So that's going to be, you know, I don't know how much is cheese. We'll say $3. So $6. And then I'm going to put 6 garlic cloves cut up. I'm going to put that in here. Those are diced garlic cloves. And I wanted to show you when you're peeling your garlic, when you're getting ready to use your garlic. Let me get my big knife over here. My husband bought me these brand new knives. I love them. Just lay your garlic, and this is not for you old-timey cooks. This is for you young cooks. Lay your garlic down on the side. Take your knife and just whack it. And that makes that paper shell come off. But let me tell you this. Always cut out that hard part. And with that hard part, a lot of times will come a core. And sometimes it's green. You do not want that. That's not going to taste good. Whoever gets a big bite of that is not going to be happy about it. So it's kind of like the core in an onion, you know. It's just not something you want to have in your mouth. Let's just put it that way, okay? So I cut up some more of that, and I'm going to put that in there. So 3 chicken breasts, a half a cup of Parmesan cheese, okay? And then I'm going to beat up these 2 eggs. I'm just going to whisk them up like that. These are farm fresh eggs. They're actually organic, grass-fed. I think they're called happy eggs. I don't know. They're $5 or $6 a dozen, but I'm just going to tell you there is no comparison of those eggs with the other whatever. They used to be 99 cents a dozen. When I was a kid, we had chickens. We had chicken houses. My daddy we were in the chicken business, and we would have to go down and pick up those chicken eggs, and we had little wire baskets that we put them in. And we sold our eggs 3 dozen for $1. So that's been 50, 60 years ago. Yeah, and now they're a dozen for $5. Or I don't know what the ones that are grown in the big houses are. I don't eat those kind because I just can't eat those kind. But anyway, and they don't have as much flavor. Okay, so here we go. I've got that stirred up really good. I'm just going to dump it. So I cut me a piece of parchment paper about the size of a plate. I use the plate just round to cut it round. Okay, and then I'm just going to bring this out onto the, can you see it? I hope you can. I think, let me back up just a little bit more. I think all the lettering across the bottom, I can't see it. So I'm just going to mash this down all around and make it into a pizza crust. And I'm gonna have a little bit of lip around the bottom just for when I pour on the sauce. Now these first two I did with Alfredo sauce. This third one, my plan was to use, I thought I had some, I usually use either Rayo sauce or some other, like Paul Newman's organic. I like his Saccaroni, you know, but I didn't have any, so I'm gonna have to improvise. Or maybe what I might just do is I might just cook this pizza crust and wait till I can get to the store, because I got this one in the oven that we can eat tonight. And I don't want to just, I had thought about just putting some of these diced tomatoes on it, which you could, you know. I was going to do one that's tomato and the other two that I guess you would call that white pizza. So it says in the recipe to press it out to about 1/4 of an inch. And I think that's a good idea, because I noticed the first one I pressed out more, and I think it, you know, is going to be crispier and cook up a little better. But I'm just pressing it out to the very edges. Oops. And you want to make sure your chicken is broken up, because if it's in clumps, you're not going to like it. Let's see, Jean's daddy used to have chicken houses. Yes, we did have chicken houses. And, oh my gosh. We thought we died and gone to heaven when my daddy brought home an egg washer. It was a bucket that we put the wire basket down in, and it shook the eggs. You put warm water in it, it shook the eggs and cleaned the chicken mess off of them, because that's what we had to do. We had to sit there with a scrubber and scrub it off, and they would crack in your hand, or, you know, there were just a lot of things that weren't so great about that. But let me see if this is ready to come out. Oh yeah, that is perfect. Okay, so that was quick, wasn't it? Okay, so I've got to get this off of here, and I think I'm just going to put it over here on my stove. And let me get this off. Pull this out. Oh my gosh, y'all, look how pretty that is. That is amazing. And I could put that, well, let me just see. I'm gonna pull this off here, and I'm going to, see how sweet this little sleeve thing is? Well, I just messed that one up. So I'm not gonna put it back in there yet. I'm gonna wait till I'm done, because I don't want it to be messed up. But look at that, that is amazing. And of course you're gonna let it cool, but after you let it cool, you are going to, I want to serve it up just so you can, I think you'll be able to see. It might fall apart because it's so hot. But let me just do this. There we go. Yeah. So those onions, you know, they didn't cook a very long time. So that's okay with me, because I like stuff that's kind of, what do you call that? Al dente? Yep. All right, so I'm going to shoot this up. I think I'll just take my knife here and go under this one piece and bring it out, and look at that. Oh my gosh, that is gonna be so good. And I hope you'll cook this recipe. Now, if you want this recipe, I need your email. I'm gonna work really hard to get it out tonight, okay? But typing up recipes to me is not my favorite thing. Sometimes I'll just do a screenshot of it and post it in the email. But I wanna send out an email to you tonight with this recipe, and of course, you know, you put on it what you want to, but I hope you've enjoyed it. Now, let me just say, we're on the 2nd week of my diabetes course, Reversing Diabetes, and I'm already having a lot of my clients say my blood sugar is lower than it has been and I don't know when. Well, here's what happens with blood sugar with doctor's offices. They are going to, every time you go, because it's a standard of care, they're going to raise the amount of medication you're on. That's all they know. That's all they can do, because it's their standard of practice. If they don't do that, then they're liable. But what you can do is you can get the sugar out of your blood with your diet. And if you don't believe it, I've got people on here watching right now that have done that. So share this video. Message me if you want to find out how to reverse your diabetes or prevent your diabetes, or maybe reverse your insulin resistance or your prediabetes. All of those are curable diseases. They are not chronic diseases. They are curable. So I just wanted you to know that. I think you'll love this pizza, and send me your email if I don't have it so I can add you to my email list, and let's talk soon. Y'all have a great day.